Alright, so Sigourney Weaver and Kevin Kline in their third movie together. Is this 3 for 3? Let's talk about that. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Movie Emporium's movie review of The Good House, the newest film from director Maya Forbes and Wally Wolodarsky. So in their third pairing together, of course, Kevin Kline and Sigourney Weaver are once again in another film. They, of course, were in The Ice Storm and Dave. And this film, The Good House, is a drama that stars Sigourney Weaver as Hildy Good, and she's an individual that breaks the fourth wall in this movie. She basically kind of tells everything about her life currently and in the past, her kind of depression moments, her kind of, dealings with alcoholism and how the family looks at her, as well as her friends and kind of the people in the town that she lives in. And she's also a very good realtor. She's trying to sell this really nice house. Well, in the process of everything, she is, dealing with some serious problems when it comes to her alcoholism. And she also kind of develops a relationship with an old flame who's played by Kevin Kline, of course. Well, she also has a friend who's played by Morena Baccarin, who is a mom as well as very much a socialite. And she has someone who works in the same building as her who's played by Rob Delaney, who Morena Baccarin and Rob Delaney kind of start to form a relationship, even though they're married to certain other people. And what this film is just kind of a look into a woman who is dealing with some demons, who's dealing with a past where her mother committed suicide, and is also dealing with, mental issues and health issues and just everything that comes into these types of films when it comes to just a look into a woman who can't understand her problems, as well as kind of the inflections upon what she, creates with the people around her, causing issues and stuff like that. So with that said, The Good House was something I was looking forward to. I saw the trailer for her. I love Kevin Kline, and of course I love Sigourney Weaver, who's my favorite actress. This was a film that's directed by one of my favorite producers slash writers in The Simpsons, Wally Wolodarsky, who of course is working with his wife in this movie, who's played by Maya Forbes. And it looked like something that was going to be very dramatic, very somber. But the thing about Kevin Kline and the thing about Sigourney Weaver is they do that very, very well. They can go to genres and hop around into comedy, drama. They're just very good at what they do. And when they work together, it's a very interesting pairing because Dave, although it was a comedy, had very much dramatic elements in it. It was very fun to watch. The Ice Storm is a little bit different. It's a little darker and harder to watch and stuff like that. So I was hoping that this movie would be good. I was hoping it was like a 3 for 3 scenario. And so yeah, I got a chance to watch this a little bit early, thanks to the company who sent it to me. And so for my honest review of this movie, I can definitely say it's not 3 for 3. It doesn't mean this movie's terrible, but it was a very hard movie to watch. It's only an hour and 40 minutes, and it just felt like a slog to get through. It's a movie about some really hard-hitting subject matter, which you can work perfectly into a movie and make it interesting and entertaining. But like a movie like In the Bedroom, or something that's dealing with some really traumatic stuff, as well as dealing with, the problematic material of somebody who just does things that cause issues with not only in their family, but in the world around them, I never felt that this movie could hold up to the weight of the material that's being presented. It doesn't mean that, Sigourney Weaver's not great in this movie, because she's always great in pretty much everything she does, even though if it's terrible. But she is left with a lot of characters who really feel like stereotypes, really feel like archetypes, really feel like individuals that are kind of just not well written or designed or developed. I think Rob Delaney is pretty terrible in this movie, to be fairly honest. A lot of people might not agree with me, but he's a character that just, there's no substance to his character, and how his character plays out in the end is very morose and just kind of boring in a lot of aspects. The Morena Baccarin character is the same way. I feel she's a character that's supposed to have a lot of depth and meaning to, of course, a character played by Sigourney Weaver, but just once again, it just feels like another archetype. I feel like Kevin Kline's at his worst in this movie, where he's just kind of the love interest of someone she can kind of fall back on with her kind of tropes and plights that she's going through. And I really feel like Sigourney Weaver, even with the family that she has in this movie, of course, there are individuals who are trying to help her. She feels like she's outrunning everyone just in her acting performance. And this is the type of film that won't get any Oscar love because it's not a very good film, but she would get the one Oscar nomination because she's so good in the movie. And I sometimes I don't like these movies that don't feel like they have a lot of structure to them, that they're kind of willy-nilly and just kind of wrap themselves around in different kind of scenarios, but never really kind of fully, keeping on the same track. Yes, it has an overlining theme to it with her alcoholism and stuff like that, and it leads to a kind of a conclusion that deals with that alcoholism. But I just felt like this movie was just kind of unfocused in a lot of respects. I felt like it never really kind of, it never really concluded where it needed to conclude. It never really felt like it was, you know, on par or on step to something like the Ice Storm or something, you know, expecting with like Dave or something like that. And I just was kind of really disappointed by it. It's just it's a film that just really has a lot of potential. But once again, it proves that it's just a September movie with a lot of great cast members like Blackbird, I guess you could say, and just not a lot of, you know, not a lot of endgame that feels very satisfying, I guess you could say. But then it leads to like a conclusion where I felt like it was too much. I really did. I think this movie was already heading to too much territory when it came to its, you know, his ride and his development and his characterization, where I just felt like it was really over the top and, like I said, very morose. And then it just goes and tries to hit you with this like gut punch of an ending, and it's just like, oh my god, you know, maybe I should just go watch a comedy now or something to kind of cleanse myself of this movie. And it's not to say like it's the worst thing in the world, because there is a lot of stuff that, you know, Maya Forbes and Wally Wolodarsky are trying to present here with just the ideas and concepts of not only alcoholism but suicide and depression, and how those things can roll into one. That even though if it happens in the past, it still can affect you in the future. And you know, I get it, I understand, and I appreciate that, but it doesn't feel like a film that's truly 100% connecting. And I don't know. Maybe a lot of people will like this movie and maybe disagree with me, but that's fine. But I really didn't enjoy this film. So overall, to kind of conclude, it's a film I was looking forward to, but just another film this year that I was looking forward to that just kind of was really, really disappointing, to be fairly honest. It was something I was expecting more out of, and I didn't unfortunately get that. But like I said, it could be a film that finds an audience with like the older crowd, or finds an audience with, you know, the ideas and concepts is being presented. And like Beverly D'Angelo's in this movie for a small bit part, and you know, she's fun and stuff like that. But this movie, like I said, definitely worth it for Sigourney Weaver, but otherwise it's not very good. So, but anyways, with that said, that is gonna be my take on The Good House. Like I said, we'll premiere in theaters. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and comments below. Are you interested in seeing this movie? What is your favorite film with Kevin Kline and of course Sigourney Weaver playing together? Let me know in the comments below. But otherwise, if you like what you see on the channel, awesome, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell at the top to find out what's coming next. If you like this video, awesome, hit that like button, and as always, we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.